because normally I get quite a few all the way at a time when I get these. Yep, there's a third one. Oh, there's a fourth one. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice, and welcome to episode 106 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die: The Purge, where it looks like we've got our least favorite event going on right now. So again, like the last time we did this, I'm just going straight to the micro, because normally I get quite a few all the way at a time when I get these. Yep, there's a third one. Oh, there's a fourth one. So this is why we are building the base that we're building, because I want to have something that will actually deal with these guys without going through a metric butt ton of ammo. Although it still probably will, because these guys just have a lot of hit points. They are beefy. But again, I know I have this weapon that does well, but I'm probably about to have screamers. That just always seems to happen when I have one of these events. Is that a scream right here, right now? Nope, that's one of their guys. Okay, we lost one dog. It's all good. Come back to life. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, them seekers. Okay, well, it looks like we're getting a little bit earlier a start on this episode than I was planning. In between episodes, I went back down to our mine down there, and I made some branches and everything. I found lead, I found nitrate, I found coal, I found iron. So we've got everything down there at different areas of the mine, and the fact that it's lots of different areas means that I can move around as I gather attention. But I also got a bit more stone, which I'm able to use to beef up our production of cobblestone blocks. I do have some more cobblestone blocks cooking. I'm also making a bunch more steel, because that's going to be something that we need. But coming back over here, we can actually get some more going. So let's, again, I want to save some of the actual just plain cobble, so I'm not cooking everything as I go. I also put in our farm, and you can already see the timer is working on these. So whatever was going on in the last biome, I don't know, but it is working. So I do have the farm planted. We'll see when I move over there. I'm going to wait before I move this over to that side, and I'm going to see if it starts to clog up again. I have not looked into that yet. I do remember the quest for it did have me get live chickens. So my guess is I need live chickens for that to fully work. We'll get to that later. All right. So coming up here, I should now have all of my turrets. The other thing that I know that I have to do, I am going to have to get another battery bank. Batteries coming by is easy. But I have to have the two... I keep looking at the wrong area. I have to have the two fully active solar panels over there, but I can only go into one battery panel. So I think that I need to make a trip to the desert. The desert was the one place that did offer... Do I have the desert? Nope, I have to make another desert one. The only place where they actually sold those kind of things. I know I can buy one over there. So... let's go ahead and clear out whatever I got from this last little... this is my current cell box. Electrical traps. All right, I'm going to put you guys up there for now. So yeah, I currently have 15 of those. I don't know if I'm ever going to use those again. Yeah, anyway. All right, so what I want to do... let's just take all the things. Let's also... take some more vitamins. Let's make sure that we are good to go with that. I think I can put the desert in from here based on having basically an hour's worth of vitamins going. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove you, swap you with the desert. And we're just going to make a straight beeline down there, grab what we need, and come back. And the reason for that is... Where is my helicopter? Did I leave it somewhere?
No worries. We can just stand around until Zed decides we look like it's next meal.
I could have sworn you were here the last time. Oh my god. Did it get blown up? I mean, I guess that's a possibility. Damn. Do I have enough? I do. I guess we're gonna buy another helicopter. Okay. That was not what I was expecting to happen. Alright, where is the desert? Was it down? Yep, it's straight south. Oh man. Well, that just became a longer... Again, yeah, because all I did was just this little area here. I'm doing alright on the health of this thing. It's not about to die yet. It is going to need some fuel here shortly. Okay, this is regular forest, but it's on the edge of the burnt forest. So maybe I'll be faster just to go on the outskirts where there's less trees. Alright, I got to sell stuff here. Mistakes were made. I definitely should have just gone straight down the burnt forest path and just ignored the the pine forest and ignored the burnt forest. Whoops. And then, of course, I should have checked to make sure that this thing was empty, because it was not. So when I tried to take it apart at one point to go around some things, I was not able to. There we go. All right, let's get back inside. Let's come back over here. The thing I really need is... actually, I'll buy another screwdriver. But... Is it in science? There it is. I needed the battery bank. Okay, that gives me 2 battery banks, 1 for each of them. That's good. That was what I critically needed. Another helicopter, which that's fine. I can do it. I could have bought the Warthog. Meh. All right, I got plenty of solar turrets and all those things. Okay, we are good. That's literally all I needed. Now, what I do need to do is refill with whatever I have left so I can use the sprint all the way home. All right, and we are also going to take and make... all right, we're going to come to here, and then we're going to take this. I think I can make it through all those. All right, yep. So we're going to race to there, and then we're going to race north up through the pine forest, because at least I can dodge trees there. And then hopefully we're back home by 10, 11. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and that's because the Fun Pimps fixed it in 2.0, and I know we're playing 1.0, so this has been part of our problem, is every one of my horde bases that I've had, I've used the plates for walls. And basically, I guess it was a thing in 1.0 that both cops and screamers see those as windows. So they can see me, and that's why they screamed all the time. Which means that my horde base this time needs to be 100% made of solid blocks for both the floor and the walls. Yeah, it's actually less than I was thinking it is. So headlight, battery, spark plugs, V8 engine, vehicle starter, fuel pump, carburetor, alternator. So technically, I could have started that up with all the parts that were in my truck, but that's okay. Stuff we need. I'm going to need more batteries. Yeah, we're going to have to wrench some more stuff for batteries because I don't have any more. I'm going to bring in extras of those, bring all those. That's another extra auto turret bundle, so that's even more. So 17. Let's get to work. Do I have all the things I need? I do, I think. Alright, we'll get in here and we'll make the drive. One of the things we're going to have to make is, get quickly, is going to be batteries. Alright. first thing that we need to do, I guess we can do it with you because you seem to do it just as well.
Master, we are not alone.
Alright, no, get out of here. I need to finish flattening out our building up this area. Oh, come on, let me get to work. Let me get to work. I already had enough. I had enough distractions for today. Okay, so I want to, because this is gravel, means it is super easy for the different mobs and stuff out here, especially things that blow up, like the kamikazes, cops, whatnot, to damage the areas around it. And while it's not catastrophic, it can be. I'll start with a smaller pack here. So it's just makes more sense for me to put some blocks in there. It also flattens things out, so it's easier for us to kind of place things, count things, all that kind of stuff. First, what we can do, and I was trying to decide, we'll see. If I need more firepower, what I came to the realization is I could actually, wait, are you, oh, you're going the wrong way. So I could actually take out the block to the left of here, since we already, kind of made the level, so I could make it 3 and 3, so it'd be like a total of 6 SMGs firing down on each side. Again, so that's what I'm thinking for now is, let's go with what we have first, and let's see what happens. Good, because each one of these, if powered, is going to be just unloading down there, so that's all ammo that we need. Okay, so I already have our fences down there. Okay, so before I can really start, well, let's see. This is for sure coming over here. And technically, I've come to the realization I think I need a third power. So right, especially if I decide to do more of these, because these are each 15, 30. So we're looking at 60 on each side. And I think it's what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 down there with the electric fence post. So I guess what I can do for now, since I have 2 full setups with batteries, is maybe one of these is going to control the electric fence post on the bottom, and the other one will be hooked up to the 6 additional turrets that will be up here. And that is what's going to be guarding the path. So I think 2, 4, 6, it has a few more turrets than we had in the last base, but I mean, it's not that much crazier. Okay, so you're coming down to here. See, originally I was kind of saying, okay, what do we do, like a separate little a third power source, but I'm thinking right now, so let's kind of get this figured out here. So you're gonna go to there, and then to there, and that goes to there. I probably need to take half of these out. Oh, turn off. Interesting, these things are almost out of gas already. Are these things not turned on? That would be why. So they were not filling up these during the daytime. So now we should actually start filling those up. This is just for the nighttime. As I get more batteries, I'll add more in there. But now this one is going to come down to here. And this one comes down to here. All right, so if I say, I don't have the other ones up yet, so let's say this one decides to also, for the moment, actually, yep, fills up there, and then that went down to the bottom, so that's already, I'm pretty sure already hooked up down here. I think I ran that down, didn't I? If I get buzzed, yep, okay, yep, so we are. Sorry, puppies. Sorry, pooches. I just needed to test. Okay. All right, so from here, I need to put 1, 2, 3 blocks in, and then this is where our next one comes in. And does this actually... It goes next to it. So this will give us a little bit more stability up here anyway. This whole platform will be going away at eventually. But from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be the front of our base for me to be able to put the footprint. Okay, so let's get this turned into a block so we can again kind of make sure we're doing what we want to do. Okay, there we go. So I think originally it was a 9x9, but I think what I'm actually going to do is a 11. Because these are going to be beefy feet. I don't want this to take any chances. All right. So it's going to be 5 this way. 5 this way. Okay. So this is going to be the footprint of our base at the bottom level. But it's actually going to be these blocks here. We're going to be using full blocks. Again, like I said, what I want to make sure is we don't run into a problem with screamers seeing us through the fake walls. Okay, so that goes there. This is the footprint. I'm going with full-on beefy. This is our last base, so we're going to make it... It's going to look tough from the bottom. And the thing is because we're doing it like this heavy-duty 3 wide here, if I decided to put some extra plates on the outside to give it a little more stability coming up, it's got even more support. But I want to make sure, because there's so much stuff out here, that if anyone's banging on the walls and taking up blocks, it's going to take a lot of blocks for this to basically fully take out the base. All right. So if I were to now take you over this way, yeah, let's do this way because it's easier to do it from the ground. And technically what I can also do here, shorten that distance. All right. Let me get this the rest of the way, and then I will come back and we're ready to do a little bit more. Okay. Footprint is in. Now what I want to do is let's go ahead and climb up and let's see if we're satisfied with the size of this once we show where the walls are going to be. Because I could still go one bigger just by putting some plates on the outsides of these. It wouldn't really expand the footprint on the bases very much with the plates, but it would definitely give us a little more space in here. So again, if I were to do this, I can't wait till I can do the rest of it over there. But I just, again, before we start doing that and giving access to us, we have to first make sure I have the ability to hide in here. Okay, almost to the end. So everything going in here. Yes, this is plenty big. I am okay with this, which means I am fine to go ahead and start laying this down. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, I'm going to waste 2 blocks. What I want to make sure is I get the all this upgraded to concrete from up here before I start putting any walls in. Because once we get the walls up, I can move that and we can start actually putting in the key part of this base. Besides, of course, the turrets and the electric fence posts, but those are already in. I just need to bring in all my ammo and lock them, and technically they're already hooked up to the solar through the batteries. So I can basically have them shooting anything in the hole, which also means that I can finish that wall. So we might do that today as well. Because of the fact we had to go over the thing, I don't think we're going to get time to do any of the purging tonight. So I'm just trying to get as much of this done here as I can before night dawn or hits us. We'll complete the episode here, and in the next one we'll actually, I think, be able to turn the space on. There's only a little bit left to do on the infrastructure part over here. Yes, I wanted this to go up fast. That was kind of one of my things, is I wanted to basically get here and be able to quickly get this down so that we could move and get off the roof. And the way things have been going here, that's actually probably one of the smarter things that we can do. Yeah, let's get those so I don't have to try to get them from outside. The rest of this I can get from inside. Again, I'll get this wall up, and then I think at that point we need to go and get some steel stuff crafted. I need to get a bunch of vault doors, vault hatches. Actually, that was her. Yeah, I need to get a bunch of vault doors and vault hatches crafting so we can get this thing closed off. And I'll probably do that part at night. I think, yeah, that's what I'll do. Depending on how far we can get on this before 22, and then we'll kind of make that the plan for the night. So when we come in the next video, we are immediately going to laying out the part of that base, because we should have our electricity moved. That's my biggest thing now. Once I can get my electricity moved, we can do all of our other things. Okay, almost to this area here. All right, let's come back over here. We'll start in this one. And then the last layer will be the, like I said, the top layer of the, and I think I'm going to leave 3 blocks over there, because that's not going to be a door. That's going to be our fighting position, but it's also going to be in an enclosed area. That's the other part of this that we're going to have to do, is we're going to have to, with full blocks, again, cut out part of this area. And then technically, if we just box this up, we can actually make the crafting area above this and not actually in this area. But we can do that at a later time. Getting this part up here is just the part we need to do. And then, of course, when we do move it, we'll have to move the solar panels up to the top. But again, that's not going to be too difficult. That'll be, you know, just adding in a single, there we go, a single relay that we can hook up, and then we'll be fine. So, yeah, it's not going to be very difficult to get that part done. All right. Once I get this roof on, I might actually start looking at what we can start the process over there. I'll save the ramp until after we get the rest of it up again, so I don't want to give the zombies a path to come at me until I'm ready to fight them. And this is going to be good. I think you guys are really going to like this base once we got it all done. And I think we're going to call it the Pit of Death, because that's the whole point, is we want to fight them in the pit. Whatever we can kill up on the way to is fine. But this is not a base for me to sit there and fight them. I will have a window that I can go down and shoot them if I want, but very, very, very rarely are they going to actually make it all the way through to my fighting position and be able to bang on the door. So this is going to be probably the most secure base that we make in this series. Again, it has to be able to survive the the Seekers. They've pretty much been the check, you know, the check to my checks and balances. I don't know what the thing. I was gonna say the check to my mate, but yeah, every time I think that I'm good, they come in and they just ruin whatever I make. So this one was designed specifically to counter everything that I can about them, and I'm really hoping that this actually does work. All right, I do need to make a path up here, which will be right above my door. All right, and we'll add in the ladders. Okay, so technically now, let's go ahead and remove everything. Turn you off. Pick you up. And we're going to put you on our roof with paths over here. So like I said, we're going to get as far as I can in the episode, and then I'll probably spend the night upgrading blocks. I'm not going to put any new blocks in, but we'll upgrade blocks unless maybe I decide to put a second layer up there, which is possible. I'll decide if I want to do that. Again, I like to try to do as much on camera as I can, but we'll have to redo some wiring once I get everything moved up top. And I don't think that I just said I'm going to put this up there, so it doesn't make any sense to, unless, oh, am I full? What are you carrying? Good grief.
Great to see you, Master.
Okay, you've got some space. I'm like, holy cow, why are you guys all carrying stuff? Oh, man. I don't want that stuff. Oh, never mind. I just had to take it out. I wasn't full. Okay. Using my little time I got to do dumb stuff. All right. I'm going to have to try to find ways to make this look cooler than a box. So right now it is just a box, but again, that's intentional so that I can basically get moved in. All right, if I were to say, I'm not going to put the whole thing in, but what if we okay, it's a 5x5. Is that what we had over there? Nope. We'll go one more just to be safe. So I'm going to actually take this all the way up and then take it out a few blocks. So this is basically, this would be for when we actually do decide to expand up here, and I probably will. I think it just makes sense for me to put my whole crafting area up top. And the purpose for that is space, because what I'm going to have to actually put in a fighting area down there to protect being seen, because that door's open. So the way it's open, the zombies, especially the screamers, will be able to see you when you're in the fighting position. So I have to block that out. I'm just going to do this. Let's come up here. Okay, let's get these bad boys up. Okay, we'll put you off by one. And we'll put you off by one. I don't want them right at the edge. And then put you there. Put you there. And each one of these is just going to have one of the fives. That way they're each putting out the exact same amount of power. Oh, why did I punch you? I don't need to punch you. Man, I love the hum it makes. Okay. Plug you into there. Okay. Now we are going to need to... How far are we? Okay, so I need to put a couple relays down here. And I want to put them away from my fighting position. So they're going to go here and here. And then from there I can take them to where I think I should be able to. Come on, that was the right side. So you go to there. Once I do this, I shouldn't have to go back up anymore tonight. And then we just got to get it down to the ground. Okay, so you go to there. Now, if I come over here, I should be able to... Yes! There we go. Perfect. So these are all the way up at the top, but now they've got their power run to connect to all of these. Okay, now the one... The one that goes to here... So we're going to have the left one is going to go to there. And the right one is going to go to what's going to be up there. So there's going to be some other stuff coming up here. So let's... We can get rid of this now. Just basically everything. Not connected. There we go. And then... There we go. Steel blocks all the way across. All right. From here is going to be where the rest of our stuff's going to go. We're going to have like blocks coming up here. So we'll do that tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to upgrade these blocks. So right now, this is all there. But first, I'm going to head back to the base. Can I make any storage? Any containers? No. Even the steel wall cabinet. I need to make anything. Okay. So I guess we're going to keep you guys here. I'm going to empty out the truck. I'm going to craft all of the... yes, the hatches, the vault doors, the vault hatches, all that stuff. So that tomorrow we'll already have all those blocks will be upgraded. But tomorrow we can then create the pathway. And tomorrow we will be fully up. I think I'm also going to get rid of the... Well, we'll see. I can get rid of the ladder right now if I put the ammo in there, so I think I'll do that again tonight. So I'm going to take the ammo, put it in the SMGs, upgrade the blocks of the base, and then finish the wall where the ramp currently is. Yeah, it's going to be a busy night. But, like I said, tomorrow, technically, we would almost be able to move. So the next episode after that, we'll be moving to our actual Horde base, and then we'll be operating out of there. We'll also try to get some... purging in tomorrow as well. Yeah, this is definitely growing. So, anyways, awesome. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was definitely a buildy base episode, minus the run to the desert, but we needed that battery bank. This thing did not work without that. So, all this was good. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please go ahead and leave it a like. If you have not already subscribed, I would appreciate a subscription if I feel I deserve it. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.